Hey guys, RivalBoss here, and today I thought I would finally do a very short video of my little game room slash extra bedroom that I have in my house. So this is just kind of like what I have currently in my collection and just kind of like an overview of things and things I want to get eventually and things I already have. So I hope you enjoyed the video. It's not a huge collection, but I just started out and I'd like to see what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Okay, so first off, we have over in this corner, this is kind of like my PC and repair shop. And as you can see on the very top shelf, I have my Dreamcast games, some of my Amiibos, and there's some controllers in there. This is my Sega CD and 3DO collection, and that's on the second level of my gaming over in my corner here. Next up in this corner over here, I have my PC games like DOS games, like the Hive, Mech Commander, Mech Warrior, stuff like that. And it goes all the way around here. So you have like Earth Defense Force, Heavy Gear, you know, Diablo 2, and my favorite, Mech Warrior 2. This is my current little setup for my PC games. And what it is it's basically a nice little compact. And why I like this unit is it has both the speakers are already built into it. It has a floppy drive. It has a DVD drive, and you know, the mouse and keyboard. I just like this unit because it has a Pentium 2 in it. It runs all the DOS games really well. It's a great little thing to have, just a nice running older PC that will easily be compatible with all those older games. This is my very small collection of big box PC games. I'm trying to get more and more as I go, but that's all I have currently. Finally, below down here this is kind of like my repair and fixing. I have a JFJ Easy Pro down here for disc. I have, you know, my Gooby Gun for things I find in Goodwill. And I have, you know, screwdrivers, screwdriver sets and the likes, and Q-tips to basically clean the internal parts of the systems that I find. Next up is my top shelf that has some more Amiibos, a boxed 3DS Zelda edition, Space Quest, and Earthworm Jim, a little box here with a Triforce light. Down a little bit below, I have my Wii titles, followed by my GameCube titles, followed by, down here, of course, the PS3. And I've got more PS3s going down there. Then, up on the next shelf, I've got my PS2 titles, some more PS2 titles, and again, some more PS2 titles. And then on the very bottom, I have my 3DO games that are not in long boxes, and followed by my CDI and Sega Saturn games. Up on the next top shelf, I've got some of my 360 games, followed by the Xbox original games, and then some more Xbox original games. These are the ones that are now backwards compatible on the Xbox One X. I would like to see Mech Assault and Mech Assault 2, by the way, Microsoft, if you see this. And then on the very bottom of this shelf, I have my PlayStation 1 games. The ones that don't have cases and labels are up on top, followed by my actual ones that have labels and the like. Lots of PS1 games. And now to the shelving unit that has a lot of my consoles here. Currently, I have a LCD screen and another LCD screen. Why I have these two is this one has a composite component and HDMI. And the other one has a VGA, a S-Video, and component. And it's a Toshiba and I believe a Hitachi, Really nice TVs. And then all of these consoles are actually plugged in. Down here, by the way, is where the Hapag is that I plug different systems in when I want to record. But basically, I have an Xbox, and these are all covers, by the way, made by Printer Boy. So I've got my original Xbox. This spot has usually got a PS3, but that's in the other room. I'll show you shortly. But right now, it's got a Dreamcast White. Then I've got my PS Slim, followed by my PS Fat, and a Wii up there. On the second shelf, I've got a black Dreamcast, followed by my Sega Master System, followed by a Sega Saturn, I think that's the Mark I, and a PS1, a Super Nintendo, or I'm sorry, a Nintendo, a Super Nintendo, an N64, and a GameCube. And like I said, all these are plugged in, and basically I just have to turn the right TV on. And then over in the corner, I've got that little HDMI out, basically where I can plug the S-Video games in to the HDMI to go into the Hapag. Okay, so over on this side, I've got my Dark Souls and Bloodborne collectible stuff. I've got my up there is the Atari. Up here is the Atari Lynx box games. I have a few of. Then I have my Dark Souls 2 and 3 collectible figures. This is a very nice Sony CRT that I really like. I play a lot of games on this thing. Over here is my switchers and all of my power, converters and everything like that. Usually most of them are plugged in. I do have to switch out every once in a while, especially with this like Sega CD and stuff. Then moving up, I have my boxed Atari Lynx. I have my 3DO box. I've got some 3DO games there. A Xbox One. So right below I have my FC1 3DO. And you can see I keep the controllers in the back there. Printer Boy cover again. Then I have my CDI with all the controllers on the top. I cover the dust spot with the mouse pad. That's my CDI 220. Then I have a nice Sega Saturn with the controller in the back. And as you can see, I also even have the RAM expansion, so you can basically, this thing is got Pseudo Saturn on it, so I can run anything I want, basically. And then below we have our Sega CD Model 1 with Genesis Model 1. And as you can see, I have the games in the back there. And here's that cover again. And then right below it, I've got the Sega CD Model 2 with basically the 32X and a game in the back there. So now the wall here. So right away we see the box for the 3DO FCJS1 joystick. I have my Switch box, a Wii box, some really cheap knockoff Atari Flashback and Sega Genesis. I have my big box, basically 3DO games and Sega Saturn games. I have my lovely FC10 with a cover on it. I've got my, I haven't really figured out what I'm going to do as far as the 3DO, or the Neo Geo Mini. So right now I'm just kind of keeping it there with the plastic on it, right next to, the Last Guardian statue. I've got some Sega CD games right there. I've got some 3D Sega Master System games right there. My PlayStation 4 Pro. I've got my Farpoint thing. I've got a Xenogear. I just got put in Earth Defense Force. PS1 box. I got the other Super Nintendo Classic and NES Classic up there. I also own the the Famicom There's the Neo Geo Mox. And they are all on top of this really nice black built-in CRT Sony that has built-in speakers. And on the bottom there I have a PS1. This is not my only PS1. And then lastly, over here, I got some more PS2. You know, I got a Genesis box. We got the Sega CD box, Model 2. I've got most of the Mario parties. And then this is where all my cartridges and stuff are based in these Loot Crate boxes. I have lots of cartridges. That big one in the bottom has a bunch of Super Nintendo and Genesis games. Then down here is where I keep all of my controllers for the different systems. So there's that. Then I have my Atari Lynx, and I haven't really figured out what I was going to do with this section yet, but we got the Atari Lynx and my Vita there. That box has all my Sega Master System games. This is kind of where I'm going to start. I'm going to start collecting some of the arcade sticks, and I've got a couple arcade sticks in here already. I want to get a lot more. And then on the very bottom, I've got some old Nintendo games with sleeves, and then I've got some CDI games with some PS Long games, and that's what's in this room. So next in my bedroom, nothing really fancy in here, just a PS3 Slim, an Xbox 360, a hacked Wii, a non-hacked Wii, and me and my big television. And lastly, downstairs I have my actual big old 4K television, followed by on top I got the PS4 camera, the Kinect for the 360, the Move controllers. Then down here I have my PS Fat 3, PS4 Pro, my PSVR, my Xbox One S, my Switch, my Super Famicom Mini that's been modded, a Xbox 360, and then right next to it I've got a big screen CRT. I use this basically to play a lot of games when I'm watching television, or any type of the old gun games, the light gun games. So I got a PS4 down here as well. So that's pretty much my game room. You know, I've got some systems upstairs, I've got some systems downstairs, and I also have a big tank next to it with a big arowana and a big catfish. Well, anyway, if you liked this video, please like and subscribe, and check out. I'm going to be doing a giveaway. The giveaway is either going to be a Neo Geo Mini International, or I might actually be able to get my hands on a Street Fighter 1-Up arcade machine. But please like and subscribe, and check out the other channels, and thanks for watching.